Hello and welcome to another edition of Howard's Horse Handicapping. This is Howard Kravitz. Welcome. I'm glad you joined the show tonight. We've got some really exciting news, so don't go anywhere. First of all, tonight we're going to review what happened this past Saturday at the Fairgrounds. Fantastic day of racing, the Louisiana Derby preview day. We're going to talk about the pick fives on a very cold, snowy, what's new? Cold and snow. The whole middle of the country is just cold and snowy. It's crazy right now. But we're going to talk about Saturday's Pick 5, and also, please make sure you subscribe down below, and please read the scroll, because I have some really exciting news for you that I want to share right away. But before I do that, also please make sure you follow me on Twitter at HKravitz, H-K-R-A-V-E-T as in Tom, S as in Sam, at HKravitz. Follow me on Twitter. So exciting news before we start in this video for next Thursday night. So next Thursday night, we're going to do at 8 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have a live Zoom chat. As you can read there, we're going to go over the $20 million Saudi Cup on Saturday. I should say cup, not cap. And we're also going to talk about the graded stake races at Oaklawn on Sunday. There's three graded races. You've got the Southwest Grade 3-year-old race with Essential Quality and Jackie's Warrior. So we are going to Zoom. It's not going to be a YouTube live stream. This is going to be on Zoom. So please make sure below this video player in the description, you check out the link to the Zoom that we're going to have. You please join me. We're going to have a lot of people on there. We can have live chats. You're going to be able to talk to me. I'll be able to talk to you. We'll banter back and forth about the Saudi Cup and about the Oaklawn races. We might have some surprise visitors also. Anyone you know that enjoys horse racing, you have a chance to talk to me live and talk to maybe some special guests also. Can't say who yet. This Thursday, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'm backing up the time a little bit so people on the West Coast could have a chance to come home and hopefully join the show. But again, you can also find the Zoom link on my Twitter account at HKravitz and in the description down below. So that's going to be this Thursday. We're going to have a live Zoom session. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for it. Let's get into the Pick 5 sequence that happened this past Saturday at the Fairgrounds. I had some very good opinions. 4 of the 5 races I knocked out fantastically. There weren't any big favorites, so my picks weren't anything that dramatically great. However, I did single A some horses that won. I also tossed some horses like Senior Buscador, who was the favorite that I didn't really like at all, and I happened to be correct there. But the third leg destroyed my ticket, and probably most of your tickets at home there in the Pick 4 or the Pick 5, when Captivating Moon won at almost $90 and just blew up the whole ticket. So listen, when those things happen, I can't get that upset. I never would have had this horse. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to literally turn the page and move on. My opinions overall were pretty good. I never would have had that horse in a million years. So we're going to go through each race quickly. We're going to watch some replays and we'll talk about it. So the first race that I'd like to discuss was the Stahl Memorial turf race. It was mile 16th. The turf was very yielding, and you can see Delika, the number 7, won the race. Delika was not the favorite, by the way. The favorite was Secret Message, and I singled A Delika in my ABC. Now, for those of you that only watched my video and did not go on Twitter, I send out my tickets on Twitter after scratches and changes. So, and it's still up. So just full disclosure, I did not hit the Pick 5. But if you want to see my ticket, because I had a lot of good opinions, it's still up on Twitter at HKravitz, and the 7, Delika, was my lone A. So I was very happy when she won. Paid $5.80. Was actually second choice. Secret Message was the favorite. So we're going to go ahead and take a look and watch this race now and watch the replay. There was a big inquiry that took a while, and I understand why, because there was definitely some interest in the stretch, and we'll have to talk about that. So again, it was soft turf. they were on. And you see Delika the 7 for Miguel Mena. What a great story, because Al Stahl Jr., the trainer of Delika, won this race for his father. It was named after his father, this race, which is a great story. His Glory got the lead. You see Secret Message, the 9 horse, was in a comfortable third there on the outside. But the horse you really want to watch, there's 2 horses, I would say. Joy Epifera, the 10, who is 23-1, and I like this horse as a B. So I had a lot of interest in this horse. I thought she was interesting for Nacho Correas, ran a giant race, and maybe would have won if we're not the trouble in the stretch. You see Joy Epifera, the 10, getting a very nice trip on the inside. Delika was very comfortable there, sitting in second behind His Glory, and Secret Message was 3 wide there in the orange silks, also comfortable. You had the 5, who I did not like in this race, actually, who was bet. And then you had the 2 and the 3. The 2 is Temple City Terror in the back, and the 3 past the plate. These horses ran huge. They went almost 50 to the half. Again, it was a very slow, boggy turf course, though. But these horses came like absolute trains. Now watch Joy Epifera, the 10 on the inside, try to get through here. And there is a hole there. Delika went out a little bit. There's a hole. If she really had the explosion, she would have gotten through. But right as she thought she had room, the hole closed. You see checked right there. And Delika held her spot. She's on the wrong lead again, which I don't like. But she was running well. And here comes in between horses, the 2 and the 3. They both ran well. And you look at the wire there, past the plate, who is the 3 on the outside, and the Gary and Mary West colors, and then Temple City Terror, the 2. Remember, they were last and second to last, and they finished second and third. So to me, that means you upgrade Delika also, because Delika was close to the pace. This is Joy Epifera getting a ton of trouble. Really tough loss if you liked Joy Epifera, because she had all sorts of trouble, and Secret Message got 4th. Now I'm just going to show you the head-on replay. So there was quite a long inquiry, and I was worried about this at first, but then I watched the head-on. I was not worried as much. So you see right here, let's back it up a second. This was right before this. I thought the 7, Delika, who is in the teal there, second from the outside, kept a straight path. I thought His Glory, the 1, maybe came over a little bit, if anything. But Joy Epifera, there was a hole. She just couldn't quite get there. Now, right there, you can see Delika and Miguel Mena, maybe he came over an inch, maybe. I thought His Glory, the 1 who was the leader, actually came over a little more. I thought this was an excellent decision, not because I needed the 7, because Joy Epifera, I would have been happy to have the 10 win this race as a B at 23-1. That would have created a huge pick 5. So really, either way, I was okay with it. I think this was the right call. The hole just wasn't quite there, and Delika goes on to win the race. But again, I think what you should really be interested in there is the race that passed the plate. The race that passed the plate ran the 3, and especially Temple City Terror. You need to upgrade those horses because they ran huge in that race. All right, let's go on to the next race, and that is going to be race 10. This was the Mineshaft mile and a 16th, grade 3, and wow, Maxfield was awesome. We're going to watch the replay here in a minute. I was very disappointed with Enforceable, the 1, who's just a big goofball right now. I still think Enforceable has talent. He ran a 100-plus buyer last time. You'll see what I mean by this horse being a big goofball. But the story here is Maxfield, who is owned by Godolphin. I hope this horse goes on to the Dubai World Cup, because I think this is one of the best older dirt horses in the world right now. He just keeps getting better. If they can just keep him sound, he's going to be a major, major player this year for the Breeders' Cup. Any big races, Horse of the Year, you just name it. So let's go ahead and watch the replay of the Mineshaft, and you're going to see what I mean here, because Maxfield, the four horse, breaks a little slow. Now, he's done that a few times. Maxfield needs to figure that out. You see he's fidgety in the gate. He's still young. Listen, this is only his 4th start. You see he hops in the gate, breaks a little bit slow, and is in last. I did not see this horse being in last at all. But it's a small field, and frankly, it wasn't that overly a talented field. He's going to have to break cleanly when he faces serious Grade 1 animals on dirt. But you can see Dinar was sold and getting the lead. He gets the lead. Blackberry Wine second. Very comfortable. I thought Blackberry Wine would have the lead, but really this is a very comfortable spot as Dinar is just running off. Now Maxfield in the back, the 4 horse, is already 3 wide. That is not a good sign. You don't want to be 3 wide, although he's in the clear and he's running very comfortably though. So although you don't want to break slow, you don't want to be 3 wide in the first turn, but he's racing very comfortably, no issues whatsoever, just tracking Blackberry Wine. 47-2 to the half. I think all these jocks knew that Dinar was not going to be able to sustain this. You see Enforceable, the gray on the outside there, sitting a good trip. You see he's already asking Bashiza on Enforceable, so I knew I was a little bit in trouble here. But here comes Blackberry Wine and especially Maxfield. They're both in hand, but about early at the top of the stretch, you can see the difference between these horses because right now, Maxfield's just easy hand riding, while Blackberry Wine is basically all out, and Maxfield absolutely blows by and wins this easily, really in hand, only just a few sticks with the reminder to get the win. Now, please watch the 1 here. So, Enforceable all the way in the back. You're like, Howard, why are we watching the 1? Because the 1 basically finishes last or second to last. I'm a big believer of gallop outs. I do think they matter. Maxfield wins easily. There's Enforceable the 1. Now, watch the gallop out. I don't know if Enforceable just runs in spots, if he's just got some mental issues. I don't know what the story is. But look at the gray on the outside right there. Look at this. This horse wants to run. I mean, he's not tired at all. He's absolutely, this is a huge gallop out here. There he is, blowing by the field. I don't know what to make of it, guys. I think Enforceable can still run. I think he wants even longer. I'd like to see this horse go even like 1.25 miles. I think it's going to be his best distance. And listen, I know it's after the race. Who cares? He didn't finish when it really mattered. I understand all that. But it's not like he was a tired 5th. He still had energy. So I don't really know what they're going to do with this horse. I hope they keep the faith. And I still think this horse can run. He's just got a mind of his own. I think it's going to be one of those in and outers that's just going to drive people crazy probably as we go along here. But I think he's got talent. I don't think there's any question about it. For sure. All right. Now, let's go ahead to the next race that we're going to watch. And the next race that we're going to watch is going to be the race that pretty much knocks everyone out of the sequence, I would think. And that's the race 11. This is going to be the turf race. This is going to be race 11. The 1.8 mile turf Fairground Stakes. Now, I thought Factor This the 8 was going to be very tough to beat. I really did. I thought he was going to get the lead or just sit off of the 11 Spectacular Gem. The problem was James Graham on the 11 and Sean Bridgman on the 8 had some kind of macho thing going here, and they both did not do either one of them favors. Now, I don't want to be nitpicky, but to me, Factor This the 8 who's on the inside, I thought right here Sean Bridgman could have taken back a little bit. Let Spectacular Gem go. You're better than Spectacular Gem. I thought Factor This can easily, not easily, but can pass him in the stretch. He's done it before. But instead, they decide to engage the entire way, and that set up for an absolute bomb in Captivating Moon, who ended up paying $89 to win. So again, this was a boggy turf course, and they're going 23-1 right now. And by the way, I have to watch this. If you are geese, okay? If you're geese, please stay off the track. I don't know if anyone caught this. Right there, right there on the right side of the screen there. They barely escaped death. You've got 1,000-pound horses chasing after you. Just stay on the infield. There's plenty of grass there by the lake on the inside. Just stay off the turf course before you cause a serious problem. Anyway, they got out of the way. Everything was copacetic. You see Factor This on the lead. There's Captivating Moon pressing. And listen, now I knew I was in trouble because they're going fast and they're pressing. And I knew that Factor This is talented, but I really wasn't sure. Sean Bridgman was thought about taking back. I don't know if you saw, he did peer back, but now it's a little bit too late. Now he's committed. Now he's got to hold his inside position. He has to go. And they're going 48 to the half. This is just way too fast on this turf course. Meanwhile, Captivating Moon, the winner, is in last place. Please keep that in mind. And Set Piece, who finishes second, is second to last. So this race completely falls apart. Logical Myth is the sixth, also getting a good trip, but not the dream perfect trip that he's gotten before. Plus, these were better horses. Plus, I'm not sure he wants to go the mile and eighth. They're into the stretch, and Factor This actually gets a little bit of separation from Captivating Moon, but they're still battling. Factoring This is on the wrong lead. I don't like that at all, but he's very game. Continues to race on, and here's the bomb. Captivating Moon wins. You see Set Piece there. The two horse finishes in third, with a Logical Myth in second. And again, you've got Factor This and the 11 Spectacular Gem only losing by like 2.5, 3 lengths. So really, I thought both those horses ran very well considering it just didn't work out there. I'm a little critical of Sean Bridgman there. I thought he could have taken back sooner, let Spectacular Gem go, and then go on after him on the far turn. Listen, sometimes it doesn't work out. I had other closers in the race. I never would have used Captivating Moon. He hadn't won in 15 months, and when he won, it was on a sloppy dirt course. He's never shown this ability on turf. Good on him, though, and congratulations to Chris Block, who's a fantastic trainer here in the Midwest. He used to own a lot of really good Illinois breds when the Illinois breeding program was good. Unfortunately, it's crap now, which is a whole other story. But Chris Block can train a horse. Anyone that's been around knows this guy can train, so I'm happy for him and the connections. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next race in the sequence. The next race in the sequence was the Rachel Alexandra. This is a mile and 16, 3-year-old filly restricted race, and what a race this was. Two really good fillies throwing in town. Now, before I show you the replay, I have a little bit of beef with the jockey on the number 2, Super Sensational. I'm not usually that tough on jockeys. I think they have a very difficult job because when they save ground on the inside, especially in a turf race, and then they don't find room and they check and steady, people say, why didn't you get to the outside and find room? Then if they go wide on a turf course, they say, why didn't you save ground? And then they lose by a few lengths by going wide. It's a very tough game. These guys are fantastic athletes. Usually I'm not very critical of jockeys. But this is for Mark Cassey. Mark Cassey, please put a good, very solid jockey on Super Sensational. I still think the 2, Super Sensational, has talent. I'm going to stick by that, and I really do believe that she can win a big race on dirt because she's gotten 2 brutal trips on the last 2 starts. The 1 Clairiere, ridden by Joe Talmo for Steve Asmussen and Stoner Street, a fantastic ride, beat the big favorite Travel Calm. Let's go ahead and watch the race. Travel Calm is going to sit a real nice trip. Now, watch Super Sensational. I just want to show you. The 2 breaks well, and he's asking a little bit. I like that. This horse has speed. And right now, she's poised to get a very good trip. But here's a big part of it right here. Now, right here, he needs to be using this horse, Declan Carroll on the 2. Use horse, save your ground, and hold the pocket right there. Instead, what he does, and it's very subtle, but to me it matters, he takes back and lets the 7, who's a long shot, get in front of him. And you see very subtly, but it's there. Now she's eating a lot of dirt. Now she's got to take back a little bit. Right there is a little bit of a steady. Meanwhile, Travel Column now has 5 lengths. Or I shouldn't say 5, 3 lengths. 3.5 lengths on her already. There's no reason. Super Sensational should have been basically right where Travel Column is right now, in my opinion. And you see Clairiere all the way in the back, which makes her win even that much more impressive. So Travel Column, who ran a monster race against Clarier at Churchill in the fall, we showed the replay on my preview show. Jerry Richmond, my guest, absolutely loved Travel Column, like the public did. She was even money in this race. But you can see right here, Super Sensational, the 2, gets off the rail there in the white colors. And Clarier now comes up the inside in the Stoner Street colors. So the 2 gives up her rail position, right? Joe Talma on the 1 stays on the inside. And watch the 2, if you watch the 1 and 2 here. So Travel Column easily goes by. The 1 gets a nice smooth trip on the inside, but now Super Sensational continues to get shuffled back while in hand. And then when he wants to make her move, she doesn't have room now, and she's going to clip heels right there. She could have even fallen down. And again, just now she's in last. I mean, come on. Just a horrible ride, I thought. Meanwhile, Joe Talma on the 1. Look at this ride. Angles out. Fantastic ride by Joe Talma. And goes by a very good Travel Column. These fillies are throwing it down. You got 2 horses that can absolutely win the Kentucky Oaks on Friday before the Derby. And they're Super Sensational finishing in 6th. So again, what do I make of this race? You've got Travel Column and Clarier, fantastic fillies. They both are going to have legitimate chances, I think, in the Oaks. Clarier will probably already qualify. I think Travel Column will qualify in her next race. I still believe in Super Sensational. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this horse is just not as good on dirt. But if she gets an aggressive ride by a really good jockey, I still think Super Sensational, the 2, is talented on dirt. I'm not giving up on her whatsoever. The final race, the race that everyone was looking forward to for sure, the Risen Star. This was a grade 3, mile and eighth on dirt for 3-year-olds. This was the preview to the Louisiana Derby, which is run in a month. Let's take a look at that race right now. You got the favorite in this race, which shocked me, to be honest, was Senior Buscador. Now, full disclosure, again, you can watch the tape if you don't believe me. I did not like Senior Buscador, the 5. I thought his last race was a little bit of misleading. It was a very bad field. He won impressively, but I thought he had to prove it. And I ended up being right in this case because Senior Buscador ran, I believe, 5th. But Mandaloun, the 11, got exactly the same trip that he got last time. This 3-wide stalking trip, but this time he was much better than last time. You see Midnight Bourbon there in 2nd, and you see Proxy for Godolphin getting a dream trip on the inside there in 4th. They weren't flying, but they weren't walking either. This is 23-3, legitimate pace. You see Senior Buscador is all the way in the back, the 5 horse there, and he's also 3-wide here. So he's pretty far back and 3-wide. That's not the ideal trip for Senior Buscador. And he does run on, I'll say that. Again, 48-2 to the half. Okay. Again, that's legitimate. They're not flying, but they're not really crawling either. Very comfortable. And you see, again, Mandaloun, nice long stride there. Very comfortable spot. Also as comfortable as the 2, Proxy. And Midnight Bourbon's about to take over the lead here. Mandaloun follows. You got Proxy in 4th. Obesos there is in 5th. And then you see Senior Buscador, who is about in 7th right now in those sort of teal colors. He ends up going wide. I don't know why this horse was that wide. There's really no reason for him to be that wide. And he runs on. But really, right here, Mandaloun shows his talent and class. Brad Cox had this horse ready this time for sure. Second off the layoff, goes by Midnight Bourbon. Holds off Proxy. These are 3 nice colts. I think, in my opinion, Mandaloun will have no problem with distance. Proxy out of really bred well, especially on the dam side of Panty Raid. This horse wants to run on longer. I don't think he's going to have a problem going longer. Midnight Bourbon is the one I'm not so sure about if he wants to go long. And then you see right there Senior Buscador, the 5, finishing up well, but too far back into a pace that was moderate. I think Senior Buscador does have talent. I actually think he ran okay in this spot. If there's a lot of pace in the Louisiana Derby and he gets a good trip, I think he probably could win. But I don't think he's quite the talent of Mandaloun and Proxy. Now, Proxy got an absolute dream trip in this race. So I might be against Proxy next time. We're just going to have to wait and see the post positions and whatnot. But Proxy has talent. Mandaloun definitely has got loads of talent. And Senior Buscador ran on. So that's the recap. I just wanted to go pretty quick today of the Pick 5 sequence. Again, I hit every race very easily except for the $90 Captivating Moon Horse. So again, you win some, you lose some, but I had some very good opinions with the Lika, with Senior Buscador, really with Joy Epifera, the 10, who I thought was very interesting and ran a big race and ran into trouble. So overall, I felt pretty good about my picks. It just didn't work out with Captivating Moon winning. So again, next Thursday, folks, next Thursday night, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, we're going to talk about the $20 million Saudi Cup, and we're going to talk about all the great races at Oaklawn on Sunday, including the race with Essential Quality and Jackie's Warrior. It is a live Zoom link. Please make sure you look below the video player in the description. I will have the link there. And also on Twitter at @HKravitz. Please follow me. I'll send out the link there. Please join me. It's going to be a great show. We're going to have some great banter. I can't wait for it. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you hopefully on Thursday at 8 o'clock here on Howard's Horse Handicapping. Take care, everyone. Good luck. Bye-bye.